Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 2 on NES, which we're playing on an emulator, more precisely the Wii Homebrew channel. I forgot to mention that last time. And in the first part we defeated Bubbleman and Flashman, so now it's time to continue where we left off, and in order to do that we have to enter a password, but it's pretty easy to memorize. Just a dot in the upper left corner, 5 dots in the lower left corner like that, and 3 dots on the right side in this pattern. And indeed, this little screen here confirms what weapons we have acquired last time when we got the password. And now we are back to the stage select screen. Now, I don't know if the password remembers the amount of extra lives that you had when you got the password. But at the end of the first part we had two extra lives left, which is just the standard amount of extra lives that you have. So we cannot currently actually test that. We are probably going to have 2 extra lives right now, regardless of whether the password actually saved our extra lives or whether it just uses the standard amount. It's both the same. So it's time to fight another robot. We are going to choose Quickman, because in my first playthrough I often used the quick Boomerang to attack normal enemies, because it just seemed effective to me. Like, the quick Boomerang seemed to do more damage than your standard pea shooter against enemies, and other weapons didn't seem to do very well against normal enemies, so I just used quick Boomerang most of the time. So that's why I choose this stage. We also got item number 3 last time. I don't remember exactly what it does, but it's some sort of vertical help. Let's try it out. And it turns out it's this item, which jumps around weirdly, and once it hits a wall it moves up vertically to give you a little lift up. And we've just used that to gain an extra life. Now we have 3 instead of 2. Let's switch back to our standard weapon in order to avoid wasting ammo, and let's just drop down this shaft. And then there's a pretty standard Mega Man enemy here. It's this worm generator. This little thing which just spews out little worms like that. And there's an empty shaft here for some reason. And yes, this is the part where those famous beams start to drop. Those beams here kill you instantly if you touch them, and you pretty much have to memorize where they come from so that you can manage to outrun them. And oh, I accidentally chose the path which leads to extra items here by dropping down to the right side. Didn't actually remember that, and for some reason the screen goes black if you go to your inventory screen here. Let's use item number 3 to hopefully give us a lift up here. Yep, that was useful, and that gave us an extra life and our first energy tank. As I said, I was going to explain in the future what the E stands for, and now we know it. We now have this blue dot next to our E, which means that we have an energy tank. We can use this anytime to fully replenish our health, I believe. We will not need this in the standard stages because they're way too easy on normal mode, but they will probably be useful in the later Wily stages. The screen goes completely black here, and if we walk to the right until we encounter one of those flame guys, then the screen becomes lightened up again. This guy dropped a huge energy refill. That's very useful right there. And there's another one of those flame guys, and we killed him before he even had a chance to throw a flame at us. I keep going to the right, nothing happens. Now the light is back on, and it's time to drop down another shaft. I guess there are more light beams here. Yep, this is pretty close. Let's just go to the left. Not bad. We could have gotten that ammo refill to the right, but there was no need to, and that would probably kill us, and you have to be very, very fast here. Just dropping down here, ignoring the extra life, and that's the stupid part. We've dropped down to the left too far, and that's what killed us. This is just trial and error. You can't really do this the first time, unfortunately, but now we know. So yeah, these guys, they are throwing little flames with faces at us. That's pretty neat, I guess. This guy has dropped a huge ammo refill, this guy has dropped a small ammo refill, and this guy dropped a huge health refill. See, that's the magic of playing on normal mode. Every freaking enemy drops some sort of pickup. Okay, let's do this part correctly this time. We just have to remember... Holy shit, we got destroyed here. Yeah, this is a bit stupid, honestly, because it's memorization and there's nothing really you can do about it. I think this is one of the reasons why Pat, the NES punk, dislikes the Mega Man series, but thankfully Quickman stage is the only stage which has those little instant death beams, I think. Gotta drop to the right here immediately, then immediately left, then right and left. Now I gotta be careful. Okay, now when we drop left, we immediately hold right again. Oh, not here. Now we gotta immediately hold to the right. This is really, really close. Let's go right and then left. And I think that's it. Oh, there's these huge guys here. Took care of this guy and now it's just... And then we have defeated the singular Sniper Joe. There's another one of those guys. Can just stand there. Oh my god, we have to run away. Because these guys really do a whole lot of damage if they touch you with their huge things that they are riding. We're at the boss already, by the way. It's time to defeat Boomerang Man, by which I mean Quickman. He's just jumping around. Oh, he is annoying. Can we actually defeat him by just using our standard weapon? I believe the standard weapon is called the Mega Buster, by the way, but I'm not sure. And we defeated him in like 8 hits too. Oh, this seems to be another boss who is sorta weak to your standard weapon. I mean, let's be honest, I got hit all over the place during the boss fight, but I still easily defeated it because normal mode is just that easy. Q! Get equipped with Quick Boomerang. And of course you turn purple there, why wouldn't you? By which I mean pink. That's not purple, that's pink. Let us go back to the stage select screen. And let us just do Woodman now. For no reasons in particular. Yeah, there you go. And we are in a little forest area. Ready and go. There are some things hanging by the trees. They kind of look like bombs at first, like, you know, those little black orbs, kind of like bombs, and the white stick on top of them looked like a fuse, but nope, it's just some sort of bat-like creatures. And then there's rabbits that you attack, but no animal rabbits, but more like mechanical rabbits. And that's pretty much a theme in this game. Like, we didn't really encounter any real animals yet, but more like mechanical creatures. Like instead of real frogs and real rabbits, it's just mechanical rabbits and mechanical frogs, and even mechanical fish in Bubbleman stage. And here, this dog man here is also some sort of robot. We easily took care of him. He was spewing out flames in a little arc motion, but we were easily jumping over that, like we did again now. We're still only using our standard weapon, by the way. We don't even need to use any other weapons. Got a huge energy refill right there, so we're back to full health. And this is really going quite well. Let us actually... No, actually, there's no reason to change weapons. I was going to demonstrate some weapons, but everything here is just so easy that it's not even worth to demonstrate the other weapons. I just kind of said, there's those monkey guys here. They're just climbing up the platforms from below. And then there's the bird guys who are dropping their eggs, and when the eggs explode by hitting the floor, then they release tons of little mini birds. And you can avoid that by destroying the egg before it hits the ground. Okay. And we keep walking to the right, and we go inside a little cave area and drop down a shaft. And there's a little bunny guy, and he was firing like a carrot at us or something, and he generously dropped another huge health refill. There's this guy on the stairs. I really don't like fighting him. Let us actually try the Quick Boomerang now. And it actually also it goes to the right, and then it goes a little bit down, and then it returns to you. So if you that's what I like about the boomerang, is if you fail to hit your enemy, then then the boomerangs might possibly hit on the rebound, or rather on the returning way. so to speak. There's those chicken guys, they just jump above you. So, yeah, those are really dangerous enemies. You can just stand still and they won't hit you. And we're at the boss already. These stages are just short as hell. If memory serves, then this boss is actually a bit more difficult, however. His leaves protect him, and yeah, it's fairly difficult to dodge those falling leaves, and his leaf shield does a lot of damage when he throws it to you. We've actually lost quite a lot of extra lives now. We've lost 2 on Quickman stage, and now we just got killed by Woodman here. Little fat ass. He could really afford to lose some weight. We will make him lose the weight by killing him. And we've dodged those leaves. Yeah, the timing to jump above the leaf shield is a bit odd. But with full health we barely defeated him. I think we only got hit like 3 times and we lost a little bit more than 3/4 of our health. So he's pretty strong actually. But yeah, since we're playing on normal mode, it sufficed to only dodge like 2 of his attacks, and then we survived. And W, get equipped with Leaf Shield. So that's enough for Woodman. Let's do Airman now. Again, posing on his introduction screen like there, right there. Ah yeah, that's some pretty okay music too, and we're now above the clouds. Then there's these weird, huge platforms with faces appearing, and there's 2 spikes coming out on the right and left side, and also little enemy creatures that are being released from little holes on the left and right side of the huge face. We dropped down the hole there and died. That was really dumb. So we currently actually have no extra lives left, so we are close to getting our first game over. Yeah, that's a bit annoying about this stage. I mean, mostly you are probably going to die by just getting knocked down the holes because you get hit by enemies. Let us be very careful. That was a wrong timing there. That was bullshit. Very bad playing by me there, but it's not like it really matters. Get a game over there, but you can just continue. So what's the disadvantage of getting a game over? Well, these stages have some checkpoints, and if you lose a life, then you restart at a checkpoint. But if you get a game over, then you have to redo the entire stage again. Like you restart at the beginning of the stage rather than at a checkpoint. It's not like it matters here because we haven't reached any checkpoint yet. Because I've played very badly here. Hopefully I do better now. Yeah, I'm not really trying too hard. Just relaxing here. Very casual playthrough. Just defeat those guys and slowly walk to the right. I really don't like this stage that much. You can defeat those guys and then you can ride their platforms, which move in a circular pattern. And if we actually wait, then these guys would attack by throwing a little lightning at us, like so. And by doing so, we fucked the timing up. Yeah, I really shouldn't have demonstrated the enemy attack. Should have just immediately killed him and jumped right on his platform, but I guess that's what you get, what I got for demonstrating his attack here. But yeah, I genuinely don't really like this stage because of the high probability of just receiving instant death here by just falling down the holes. And you just have to wait around on these platforms here, and that's just really boring. I don't like that either. In general, I think that the second Mega Man is really overrated. I don't know why so many people think it's their favorite game in the Mega Man series. One reason I think is the music, because the music is really excellent, and yeah, the other reason, as I already said in the first part, is that the second part is the easiest because of normal mode, and many people consider the first Mega Man a bit frustrating, and that's why they like the second one much more. But honestly, I prefer the first Mega Man because it's just much more intense somehow. Especially because it also doesn't have any password system. Like, you have to beat the entire first Mega Man game in one sitting, and that's just really intense. Like, I've played the first Mega Man in 2012, and I've beaten that game on my very first sitting. It was deep in the night, and I just didn't want to stop playing because I didn't want to redo everything all over again. And so I just had a 3.5 hour non-stop sitting and beat the game, and that was really epic. And with Mega Man 2, it's much more boring. Like, in 2012, right after beating Mega Man 1, or not right after beating Mega Man 1, but a bit later, I tried out Mega Man 2. And right on my first session of playing, I got to a Dr. Wily Stage. Took about 1.5 hours, I believe. And then I died, and then I quit it, and then I didn't really continue. Like, I didn't really find that Mega Man game that interesting, so I didn't actually play the game again until 2015, where I started from scratch. I did every stage all over, or all the stages again, rather than just entering the password. And then I just defeated the game in one sitting in 2015. It was only the second time I ever played the game. It was only my second sitting, and I completely beat the game there. It was like a short 1.5 hour session. So yeah, that's also really short compared to 3.5 hours that I needed to beat the first Mega Man game. So yeah, overall the second Mega Man game was just far less intense. And of course, I could have just played on difficult rather than on normal, but I just didn't want to. And as I explained all of this, we made it to the boss. It's time to fight Airman. He shoots those little tornadoes, and they push you back to the left, which is to be expected. That's what wind just does, pushes you back, and that's just kind of annoying. We've already defeated him. What the fuck? I think we hit him like 5 or 6 times. So this guy was really, really weak to your standard weapon. The Mega Buster or whatever it's called. I'm a bit shocked, to be honest. Hey, get equipped with air shooter. Like, I barely even have time to explain what happens at the boss. I mean, he shoots those little tornadoes, which then become stationary, and then they move toward you, and as they move toward you, they also push you to the left. And as a reward for having defeated 5 enemy robots, we get another useful assistance item number 2. And by acquiring this special item, I think we've done enough in this part, and I will quit for now. I will get the password. It's right here. This is also, yeah, that's pretty easy to memorize because the pattern in the lower left corner is so easy. And then again, just a dot in the upper left and 2 dots on the right side, so this should be easy to remember. And next time we will defeat the remaining 3 Robot Masters. So until then, see you guys. Okay.